Hello my friends, good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. Welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you're returning. Thank you for being here either way. I woke up before my alarm went off this morning and I felt pretty alert, and I did my breath work with Sandy, and then I did my have a good day EFT session. And then because I hadn't hit snooze twice, I felt like I had time to do another EFT. So I did one of the EFTs for healthy, happy eyes. And felt really good. But even though I woke up feeling so like alert and energized, I feel kind of tired now. I don't know what the deal is. And I kind of feel like this fatigue came over me when I was sitting here trying to think about what I wanted to talk about today. And I don't have anything major on my mind, I think. Well, I did watch 2 videos from a YouTuber that's new to me. She's an RVer. I can't remember what her channel is called, but I think I did save both the videos that I watched of hers, so I'll link those down below. And one was talking about the difficulties of RV life, or like, is it worth it? She gets asked all the time, is it worth it? And she's like, it's super challenging. And when you're solo like I am, like you have to do everything yourself. And I realized that the past 3 years have been preparing me for this. Like the sudden decision kind of out of nowhere to quit drinking. Even though no one in my life wanted me to. Well, except for my one friend, who's currently in the hospital, but that's a different story. And not mine to tell, really. But I'm going to visit him on Saturday. Anyway. But she said, yes, it's worth it. Like, occasionally she'll fantasize about living in an apartment and having a landlord that she can call when things go wrong, but overall, no. Like that, like she would hate living in an apartment. And she also said that being alone all the time, like if you are not psychologically prepared for it, it could totally break you. And I believe that. For most of my life, I didn't think that I was capable of living on my own. And I stayed in unhealthy friendships and unhealthy relationships in order to avoid being alone. But when I finally left my last husband, I didn't have any desire to get into a relationship immediately, and it was really hard at first, and it still is really hard when things go wrong with the house and I know that I have no one to rely on, and I have to figure out like taking days off of work and figure out how to finance like repairs and finding contractors that are reliable and affordable, and it's all on me, and it sucks. If I'm honest, it sucks, but I've realized that I am capable of handling it. As much as it has sucked, I have dealt with each and every situation that has arisen. And I am still here, and my house is still here, and my dog is still here. So, I think that those decisions that kind of seem to like just bubble to the surface and say, hey, it's time to make this change, I feel like they were preparing me for van life. And I just realized I totally forgot to start braiding my hair. So I'm going to do that now, after I take a sip of coffee. And the same YouTuber, the other video of hers I watched was alone for 10 years. And she does not see herself partnering up again. Like, she loves living alone in her RV. And even though I had a moment of weakness recently and signed up for a dating website for less than 24 hours, after reading the posts from men on there, I was reminded of why I haven't had an interest in dating for the past 2 years. And I think I may be the same. I don't know. I'm not going to say absolutely not if I find someone that is like really well matched to me, but I may be single for the rest of my life. And I don't think that's sad, and I don't think that's disappointing. I would like to find community. I think good community would be enough. And from a bunch of the van lifers that I've started following, particularly those on Cheap RV Living. I don't remember. I think it's Bill, Autumn, and Rob, maybe. They all say the community of people is fantastic, and it really surprised them when they first got into it. So I think that will be enough for me. I really can't imagine living with someone else now that I've lived alone for this long. Like, I love not having to take anyone else into account. When I move around, with what I eat, everything in the fridge and the cabinets is mine. I can eat the last one of whatever it is without feeling guilty or without hearing about it. I can stay up as late as I want or wake up as early as I want. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. I don't miss tiptoeing around, figuratively and literally, in the least. One of my partners was a really light sleeper, and he woke up every time I moved, and it was exhausting. It was exhausting. Like, I felt like I had to be so quiet at all times. Especially if I just wanted to be left alone and not interact with someone, and not answer questions, what are you doing? Why are you up? Blah, blah, blah. I don't miss that. Yeah. Living alone is great. If I ever do get another partner, they're gonna need their own van. I've often thought that, even if I was gonna live in a house or a tiny house, they would need their own tiny house. Or I thought about making a big shipping container structure, but I wanted to make it a square with a courtyard in the middle, and have the horizontal cargo containers be the communal spaces, one be the kitchen and one be a living room, and then have our own wings on either end of those. Like I need my personal space where I can play the music I want and listen to what I want, or not listen to anything at all, and just not have every decision be by committee or having to listen to anyone else's choices. Yeah. And on that note, I've started putting my earbuds in at work more often because there are just so many distractions, and it's so hard for me to work while people are talking to me or talking all around me, not to me, but all around me, often very animatedly. And a couple different people like to play music, and often I like the music, but it's not always conducive to me focusing on my work. So I've started just putting my earbuds in and trying to tune out. People come up and talk to me still though, and then I have to take them out, and it still breaks my concentration, and it's annoying as fuck. I think I could probably get a massive amount more work done if I worked alone. It wouldn't be as fun, I wouldn't laugh as much, but it would also be less stressful. It would also be less stressful. Because I could just focus, get through it, and then move on to something that I wanted to do. Yesterday, we had our weekly team meeting, and the director of operations dropped in to talk to us, and he said, I'm not just telling you guys this, but this company has way too much emotion in it. It's like everyone's mad at each other all the time. It was like, this is ridiculous. And I can't say I disagree. I think this goes along with my complaints about the moralizing of mistakes, and how when people make mistakes, it like turns into this big dramatic thing where it feels like you think we're doing it on purpose, or we're lazy, or negligent, or something. Yeah, I agree. There's far too much emotion in that company. I'm glad someone higher up than me sees it and is trying to address it. I wish him luck in that endeavor. It's going to be hard. We have a lot of very strong personalities in that company that often oppose each other. And some of the strongest personalities clearly come from an unhealed place, like some kind of insecurity that makes them control freaks. And oh well, I won't have to deal with this forever, thank heavens. And I know that van life is going to be hard. I do. I know that it's not all sunshine and rainbows. I know that there are going to be challenges that make me scream and cry. I just know it. I'm not inviting those things in. I'm just accepting that living in a vehicle is going to come with some massive challenges. From everyone I've been watching that already is living in a vehicle, I know this is true. Like, they all say it's not a matter of will you break down, it's when will you break down. Like, definitely have an emergency fund, because you definitely are going to break down at some time, and then you're gonna have to get a tow. And like, live-in vehicles often require specialist mechanics with heavy duty lifts, because like they're so heavy with all the extra equipment. Like, live-in vehicles are so heavy with all the extra equipment in them, and so it's expensive. The maintenance is expensive. The repairs are expensive. And I know it's going to stress me out, but I don't know. It's not going to be every day. And I think I'm going, we'll see how it goes. But at the moment, I'm thinking that I'm going to try to spend like a month to 3 months in a place. I don't want to be like on the road every single day. That sounds really tiring. And I kind of have the idea right now of spending my winters in the South or Southwest, and then working my way north in the spring. And Bill from Cheap RV Living and Living an Examined Life, I think, are his 2 YouTube channels. He said that he likes to follow the wildflower blooms. Like, they start in the desert and then he follows them north every year. And that sounds incredible. I love that idea. Plus escaping like the oppressive heat in the South at that time. And I'd kind of like to zigzag across the country, like over the years, like maybe not go back to the same place in the South the next year, but just kind of like meander my way up and down and hitting as many of the national parks and national monuments as I can along the way. I think that sounds awesome. And not having to consult with anyone about it, not having to listen to the drama about it, about anything. Except my own. Yeah, I think it's really exciting. And you know, I took a cross-country road trip when I was 19. I went across the top of the country with. He started out as a friend, but by I think the middle of the country, he was no longer my friend. But I didn't kick him out of my car. I kept him in my car till Maine. But anyway, even that short little, I think 7-day trip, we hit some pretty major challenges. My car was packed full to like the top, and I got a flat tire in Ohio, I think, on a Sunday. And I couldn't find my jack. I think it was in a compartment that I couldn't get to because of all the shit in my car. And my friend made a sign on the back of like a poster mounted to cardboard that I had in my car that said, "We need a jack." And he was holding it for a while. No one was stopping. And I told him to hide. And I held it. And like almost instantly, a guy pulled it over. And then my friend came out of the ditch and he was like, "Oh." But he still let us use the jack. But then I had this stupid little donut, spare tire on my car. And this is before cell phones. I think I had a cell phone. I did have a cell phone, but it was like for emergency use only. I think I only had like 20 minutes a month or something, like for emergencies. So I drove on the shoulder going like 25 miles an hour of the freeway with people honking at me, and pulled off at the next town. And I don't know if this is still true, but back then, if I was 19, it would have been, oh yeah, it was 1998. Most businesses were closed on Sundays. I finally found a gas station that was open, and the clerk was super friendly and helpful. She went through her phone book calling mechanics until she found one that was open. And then she gave me directions, because again, no smartphones, no cell phones. She gave me like written directions on how to get there. And I went there, and he fixed my tire, like put a plug in my tire for like $10, and we were on our way again. But yeah, that was such an adventure. But because of that, oh yeah, I also did this trip with one headlight, and my radiator was shot, so I had to have the heat on full blast in August. And going up mountain passes, I usually had to stop like 3 to 4 times and let my radiator cool down so I didn't overheat it. And I managed to get all the way across the country without it ever like doing that like fizzy like thing. By just carefully monitoring the temperature and stopping and letting it cool off every time it got too hot. So I know that I'm capable of dealing with challenging situations and still getting to where I need to go. I believe in myself. So on that note, let's pull our daily Natalie Goldberg Writing Down the Bones deck card. My friend Julie Jordan Scott over at Aging Joyfully on YouTube just told me about an Emily Dickinson deck, which sounds pretty fun. She said she's going to get it, so I look forward to hearing more about that. All right, we are on card number 34. Write for 10 minutes, telling me something you are good at. Don't be modest. You might have several things you are good at. Go all the way into one. Now, 10 more minutes on another one. Make a list if you like. Not good at anything? I don't believe it. How about cutting your fingernails? Kissing, eating an apple, fish around, being a good sister, the way you lick an ice cream cone? I have such a dirty mind. Planting trees? Or write about how come you're not good at anything. Now, this could actually be a fun topic. You may even be given permission here to complain, but make sure it's specific. That's funny. When she says not good at anything, I don't believe it. I feel that way about creativity. Like people that say they don't have a creative bone in their body, you're wrong. You are absolutely wrong. I believe everyone, absolutely everyone, is an artist of some kind. And if you don't think so, you just haven't found your medium yet, or you haven't recognized that something you do is an art or requires creativity. But if you've managed to live even a few years, you've creatively problem solved at least one thing. I promise. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Please like this video and subscribe. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be wealthy, may you feel at ease, and may you love and accept yourself exactly as you are today in this very moment. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.